What's up, AIM athletes? This is Coach Ethan with D1 Training, bringing you D1 at home for Thursday, April 30th, and it's a lower body training day today. So after you complete an 8 to 10 minute warm-up, you're going to roll right into your performance segment. And I'll show you what that is today. So no video demo. I'm going to go through it on this video. All right. So we're going to start with number 1 here, which is the D-ROM. You're going to do it 1 time on each leg. And once you complete that, you're going to go into your 10 up, 10 down. You'll complete it twice, and you'll have a 60-second rest between each set. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate what the D-ROM is. It's short for dynamic range of motion. So you're going to start by bouncing on one leg. You're going to bring one leg up. All right, and then you're going to extend out, in 5 times. All right, second one is to bring your ankle out. In 5 times. After that, you're going to go hip up and down 5 times. The next one is leg down, still balancing on your left. Bring your leg out, in 5 times. The next one is to bring your leg back and in. So extend 5 times. And then last, keep the knee back behind the other one. Bring the heel towards your glute. 5 times. All right, you'll do that once on your right leg and then once on your left leg. Okay, and then the 10 up, 10 down. You're going to start in a similar starting position. You're going to start with 1 foot up, or I'm sorry, 1 knee up. Your toe pulled up towards your shin. Set your arms to where one elbow is pointing straight ahead, the other elbow is pointing back behind you. All right, and you're going to switch legs. All right, counting up to 10 and then coming back down to 1. All right, so each number, you're going to switch that many times. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you're going to continue to go up to 10. And then once you get to 10, then you go 9, 8, 7, 6, and so on. Now, make sure you take a brief pause before each number. Okay, and you're going to complete that twice. All right, make sure you rest 60 seconds between each set. All right, once you get done with your 10 up, 10 down, give yourself around 90 seconds to 2 minutes rest before moving on to A1 and A2, all right, which is down here. So you're going to do a single leg depth drop or a single leg hop to drop, all right, for 3 sets of 3 on each side. And then you're going to pair that with a single leg vertical jump for 3 sets of 4 on each side. Okay, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate. If you have a small step or a small box you can step off of, here's mine. I'll go ahead and demonstrate what a depth drop looks like, single leg. You do a single leg depth drop, just going to step off and land on the leg you're stepping off with softly. All right, make sure your hips go back and you're landing quietly, allowing the muscles of your leg to absorb the force. All right, I'll show you on my opposite leg now. Step. Okay, just like so. All right. And then once you're done, when you do your single leg vertical jump, you're going to jump off 1, land on 2. All right. So jump up as high as you can. Use your whole body and your arms for momentum. So bend the knee, hips back, jump up, and then land on both legs. All right. You'll go ahead and alternate. All right, every other jump with your legs. Okay. And then once you're done, continue to go back and forth between your depth drop or your single leg vert. If you don't have a step to step off of, okay, or something that's safe to step off of, you can do what I call a hop to drop. Okay, so you'll hop and then land on one leg. You don't have to get very much air. You want to simulate the height of a step. So 6 to 8 inches, somewhere in there. So just do a small hop. You can do it off both legs and then land on one single leg to simulate stepping off of a step. So up, all right, like so. That's a hop to drop. All right, you can keep that knee over the ankle and the ankle over the heel. Okay, all in line. You don't want that knee collapsing in. So that's why we're actually working on this. All right. Now, after A1 and A2, we're going to roll into B1, B2, and B3 here. We're going to do squats for 2 sets of 60 reps. Single leg RDLs with a reach for 2 sets of 12 each. and then glute bridge for 2 sets of 50. All right, so for your squats, you want to keep a tempo. All right, you're going to start with your feet roughly shoulder width, slightly turn your toes out. All right, soften in the knees, and you're going to go down by creasing your hips first, pushing your hips back, getting into a low squat, and then coming up. Try to keep a tempo the entire time. All right, your legs start burning, you start getting tight, you have to stop, go ahead. All right, but get a full 60 reps before moving on to your single leg RDL with reach. All right, so with the single leg RDL and reach, you're going to stand on one foot. Okay, soft bend in the knee. I'll demonstrate with my left leg. My right leg's going to go back behind me. I'm going to start with my elbows pinned into my sides, my hands out in front of me. So I'm going to move through the hips, keep my back flat, let my leg go back behind me, and as I rotate forward, I'm going to extend my arms out. All right, and then I'm going to come back up and bring my arms back in. You're going to feel it in your glutes and your hamstrings, okay, on the working leg, all right? Now, when you do this, if it's too much of an issue to keep your balance by extending your hands out, say if you're falling all over the place and you just can't maintain that, keep your arms in, put them wherever helps you with your balance. All right, so if it helps you out here, go ahead and do so. All right, but if you can complete 4 reps while doing that, no matter if it's challenging or not, then do so. Okay, and then next will be glute bridges. So you're gonna lay on your back, feet flat, your knees bent. All right, make sure your feet and your knees are in line with your hips. All right, you don't want your heels too far from your butt, so a good, 4 to 6 inches or so away. Make sure you flatten your lower back against the floor. Arms out, and you're gonna drive your hips up and push your feet through the floor. Pause at the top, come back down nice and controlled. As soon as your hips touch, you're right back up. All right? You do that for a total of 50, I believe. Yes, 50 reps on the glute bridge. All right? After the glute bridge, you're going to do C1, C2, and C3. You're going to do a 6-way lunge, 3 sets of 4 each, and then a single leg squat to a box or a chair for 3 sets of 8 each. And then lateral pogos for 3 times 40 reps. All right. So I grab my chair so I can demonstrate those single leg squat to boxes. Okay. So for a 6-way lunge, all right, each leg is going to go in each direction. So we're going to go forward lunge with right, forward lunge with left. Okay, so you're going to alternate legs but stay within the same direction. 45 degrees forward, 45 degrees forward, lateral, lateral, 45 degrees backward, which is probably the most awkward one. All right, 45 degrees backward. All right, just make sure that knee doesn't collapse in, and that knee stay over the shin. All right, so this leg is just going to be out wide. Come back up. Now reverse. Reverse. And then last is a curtsy lunge. All right, you're going to turn your hips a little bit, bring this leg back behind the other one, plant the toe, and drop the knee. Still keep that knee over the shin. Come back up. Come back up. Boom. That's 1 time through. All right, so forward, forward, 45, 45, lateral, lateral, 45, 45, reverse, reverse, curtsy, curtsy, and an ankle. All right. So after your 6-way lunge, you're going to do a single leg squat to a box. Here's my chair. All right. Now, make sure it's something that's sturdy. If you need to set it against the wall to add some stability, please do so. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do that so I don't slip and fall. All right, so I'm going to put my right foot down just a few inches away from where I'm going to be sitting back at. All right, so if I move my leg back, I can kind of tap the box of the chair with my leg. I'm going to lift my left leg, my non-working leg, keep a soft bend in my right knee, First thing to go back is my hips. Hips go back. I reach for the chair. I just let a little bit of my weight come down. I don't sit back all the way. I try to rock back up and create momentum. So I want to keep tension in my leg. So lift that, hips back, reach my hips back, touch, and then keep my hips back still as I drive my foot through the floor and I stand. All right, I'll show you a couple more reps. All right, and that's a single leg squat, either to a box or to a chair. All right, and then next will be your lateral pogo. So with lateral pogos, you're bouncing off the ball of your foot as fast as you can, sideways. So right, left, right, left, right, left, 40 total times. So you're here, okay? You don't have to get very high off the ground. All right, just a few inches will do. Make sure you're shifting side to side, 40 reps total. All right, and then once you're done with the C's, you're gonna go into D1 and D2, a split stance rotation or chop for 2 sets of 12 on each side, and then a kick through for 2 sets of 12 on each side. So really easy to remember for the core work, 2 sets of 12 on both. And I'll show you. So at this point, you can grab a weight for your split stance chop. All right. I'm gonna put my left leg forward, right leg back. Both of my legs are in line with my hips. I'm gonna hold the weight on my open hip. All right, my open hip is gonna be my back leg side. So I'm here, I got my weight. I'm gonna rotate through my belly button, bring the weight up and over the shoulder, and then come back down 12 times. All right, my feet and my hips really shouldn't move a whole lot. All right, they're gonna wiggle probably a little bit because you're gonna have to gain stability. All right, but other than that, the rotation comes from the belly button up as you rotate. Don't let your feet turn, okay? And then once you get down with your split stance rotations or chops, you're gonna do kick throughs. So you're gonna go down into a tall plank position, all right? I'm gonna lift my right foot, and I'm gonna bring my knee underneath me on my left side, turn my body, and then come back. Okay, if you want to, you can actually bring the leg up and actually kick it through to make it a little bit harder. Okay, but you're gonna do 12 on each side for 24 total. All right. After you complete your core work, you're gonna do some additional work for today, which is the shuffle to sprint. So you're gonna shuffle back 5 yards, turn and sprint forward for 10. You'll do that for 8 total sprints, covering 15 yards each time, and then make sure you rest 30 to 40 seconds between each sprint. All right, so I'll demonstrate. So when you do these, you'll need a couple cones or some type of landmark, okay? So they can be water bottles if they need to be, all right? Set a cone right here in the middle. We'll call it the midline cone. Walk 5 yards back, set a cone for the back line, and then from the midline forward, walk another 5 yards again, and set a front cone for the front line, all right? So we have 10 yards, 3 cones, or 3 landmarks. You'll always start on the midline, okay? So with this one, you're gonna start laterally, okay? You're just gonna shuffle back 5 yards, shuffle, and then when you get to that back line, you're gonna reach out and touch, and then turn and go, okay? You're gonna sprint forward for 10 yards. Now make sure you have room after the 10-yard mark for your slow down area, because I would like for you to sprint a full 10 yards before slowing down. Don't slow down before the 10-yard mark. Once you get past the front line, then you can slow down. So if you have a 15 or 20-yard area to do it in, that would be perfect, all right? Also, make sure you alternate which side you're shuffling to, whether it's you're using your right side or you're using your left side, okay? So alternate that every other sprint. Maybe do odd numbers right shoulder, even numbers left shoulder, all right, just to make it easy to remember. And then finally, when you're done, you're going to do the ACL Play It Safe, all right? So remember, that's a free app that you can download, get your parents' permission, and that app is a program that we've partnered with SSM Physical Therapy in order to bring to our athletes to give our athletes some exercises and a protocol that will lessen the likelihood of a lower limb injury. So it's a fantastic program for all of our athletes to utilize. It'll take roughly 8 to 12 additional minutes past your additional work, your additional sprints, and you want to make sure that you do it after the entire workout. You want to do it in a fatigue state. And then when you download the app, you'll stick with level 1. We'll do that for the next several weeks. All right, so hope you enjoy the lower body workout. Take care, work hard. I'll see you again soon.